Have you been to a grocery store lately? Filled up your gas tank. Try to pay your rent? You feel it, don't you? That your money is buying less and less. That hard-earned cash in your pocket is quietly vanishing. And you're told a story about supply chain issues, about a war in Ukraine, about corporate greed. They make it sound like inflation is some kind of unavoidable natural disaster, like a storm we just have to wait out. Here's the truth they don't want you to understand. Inflation isn't just a fancy lie hiding a giant theft. It's a highly efficient machine of forced consumption. Let me translate. This isn't only about central banks and governments printing money like there's no tomorrow, which they did, by the way, which also making your life savings worthless. That's the theft. The nastier part is the psychological and economic trap they've engineered that practically holds a credit card to your temple. Spend now, borrow later, repeat. You're stuck choosing between watching your savings evaporate or becoming a cheerful little cog in the very machine stealing from you. You're not just a victim. You're being manipulated into being an unwitting participant in your own financial destruction. In this video, we're going to expose this machine step by step. We'll show you the theft, the trap, and most importantly, how you can break free. Let's be clear. When prices go up, they love to throw excuses at you. It's the supply chain. It's the war. It's greedy corporations. Sure, those things play a role, but they're just the tip of the iceberg. The smoke, the distraction. Take corporate greed, for example. Are companies suddenly greedier than they were 5 years ago? Of course not. Greed is a constant. What changed was the environment. Yeah, they're greedy, but they found they could raise prices because there was a tidal wave of cash chasing their goods. The real crime scene is elsewhere. Here's what actually happened. During the pandemic, governments and central banks hit the money printer like it was a broken vending machine. In just 2 years, they created more new money than in the entire decade before combined. Think about that. It's like the teacher prints a mountain of gold stars and gives them all to just a few kids at the front of the class. Those kids start spending their stars so freely that it completely warps the market. The shopkeeper realizes she can charge much more, and raises prices across the board. The price of everything skyrockets, and suddenly the rest of the class, with their normal amount of stars, can't afford anything anymore. That's inflation. That's what they did with money. And when money loses value, your savings, your salary, your future get quietly stolen. Not in the form of someone breaking into your house, but in the form of numbers on a screen that simply buy you less. That's not inflation as they want you to believe. That's a deliberate devaluation of your money. Let's get personal. How exactly were you robbed? It happens in 2 ways. First, the obvious one, the erosion of your purchasing power. Remember when $100 at the grocery store made you feel like a king? Now, it feels like you're just paying the entrance fee. Your money didn't disappear from your account, but its power did. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You're pouring your paycheck in, but the value just keeps dribbling out the bottom. But the second and far more damaging effect is the great wealth transfer. You see, this new money doesn't magically appear in everyone's bank account equally. It enters the economy through financial markets and banks. Who benefits? The asset rich, the wealthy, who already own stocks, real estate. When all that new money floods the system, it inflates the value of their assets. Their net worth goes through the roof. So who loses this game? You do. Your salary is stuck in the past, but your bills are living in the future. But this isn't an accident. It's the entire point. Think of inflation as a reverse Robin Hood, expertly stealing from the poor and middle class to give to the rich and the government. Oh, and the government. The ultimate winner. They rack up a mountain of debt and then pull the ultimate magic trick. They pay it back with cheaper dollars they just printed. It's like borrowing a gold bar and returning a piece of foil. Let's call this what it is. You got pickpocketed by a system that then asked you to thank them for the privilege. But the story doesn't end with you as a passive victim. Oh no, that would be too simple. The system is designed to make you complicit. It forces you into a game you can't win. Here's the part where they make you an offer you can't refuse, but you should though. Option 1, you save your cash. Responsible, right? Wrong. You just volunteered to be the slowest gazelle in the inflation savannah. Your life savings? Think of it as a popsicle in hell. It's not if it melts, it's how fast. So you run to door number 2, spend it all. Buy that TV, get that car, take the cheap debt. When you know your money is losing value by the minute, you're terrified of holding cash. Your intuition screams, spend it. Convert this melting ice cube into something, anything of real value before it's too late. And this is where they hit you with the 1-2 punch, the illusion of cheap debt. They make borrowing look like a genius life hack. Think about it. If you know the price of a house is going to skyrocket next year because of inflation, doesn't it seem smarter to borrow money now and buy it? The monthly payment feels like a bargain compared to future prices. But here's the plot twist they don't tell you. This is where you, yes you, accidentally become the villain in this story. Every time you take out a big loan, it's not like the bank is taking money from someone else's piggy bank. I made a whole video about this problem. It's more like they type numbers into a computer and poof, new money is created out of thin air. You then take this brand new money and throw it into the economy. What happens when everyone does this? Prices go up even more. You just help create the very inflation you were trying to beat. So let's look at your two wonderful options. Door number 1, save your money and watch it slowly melt like an ice cream in the sun. Door number 2, play their game. Take the cheap debt, go on a spending spree, and feel smart. But in reality, you're just another hamster on a wheel, powering the very machine that's making life more expensive for everyone, including yourself. It's a vicious, sneaky cycle. And the worst part, you're stuck in it, even if you had no idea. Pretty clever trap, right? So, can you actually win this game? If you treat it like a race, you're basically a marathon runner going up against a money printer with a rocket engine. This race wasn't designed for anyone to win, except the people who started the printing press in the first place. But what if we stop seeing it as a race? What if we see it as a game of survival and self-improvement? Here's the key thing to understand. Fiat money is basically just something called state-sponsored belief. As long as society still believes in it, you gotta play along with the rules. After all, that money represents your life energy, proof of your effort, often from doing things you don't even like, and it deserves to be preserved. So, where should you store? The answer is simple: assets. Let's investigate our options. First on the list, the ancient classic that everyone knows: gold. It's the classic safe haven. But let's be honest, it's a bit of a hassle to get through airport security, and governments tend to keep a very close eye on it. Then we have stocks and real estate. Think of these like a roller coaster designed by a mad scientist. It goes up and down, but if you look at the whole track, it generally slopes upwards. The catch? You can't just jump on any card. You need the knowledge to pick the right one and the courage not to scream and jump off at the first big drop. It's not for the faint of heart. And then, living in its own digital dimension, we have cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin. It's the rebellious teen of the finance world. It's pseudo-anonymous, meaning it's kind of private, like wearing a disguise in a crowd, not an invisibility cloak. And most importantly, it's rare. It's not controlled by any government or bank. It's just math and belief. But no matter how much I talk about gold, Bitcoin, or stocks, I truly believe the most valuable asset you will ever own is yourself. That's right. Your skills, your knowledge. Become a master at something. This makes you valuable even if one currency collapses or another goes to zero. And finally, remember this: you're inside a game where the game designer doesn't seem to want you to win. They just want you to run peacefully in the rat race. So, whenever you can, remember to enjoy life, protect your health, and spend time with the people you love. No investment has a higher return than that. And don't forget to smash that fat like and subscribe button. Peace.